Welcome back, dads, to another video. Today we want to discuss the work-life balance and why I think I have a problem with it and what we should do instead. I think today we often have office versus home. We have today the new idea is the home office, because then we can work from home and be at two places at once. We can be working and at home, and we can do all together. And that's kind of the ideal that I observed today, that you can do both together. You can be at home with the kids or with taking care of the household while at the same time maintaining work. And some people doubt that that works, other people love it, and all of that kind of goes together. And I think that's I have a bit of an issue with that idea, because it's kind of always on the idea that you need to work and you need to live, but those things separate in most cases and not combined. So you can't live work, because then would be a workaholic, or you can't just live because you also need to work. And it's always a balance thing that I think is wrong in the idea of it, in the essence of it. Because I mean, back in the good old days, I mean, they already passed quite a bit, but when we were still all farmers, pretty much, we used to have the family part of the business, or the part of the family life was to have the farm. But it was always like the family was the overarching idea, and with that you had to work something to live and to make a living. And in today's world, it's become so separate that we think that work and life and home needs to be separate ideas. And I don't think it has to be either or of a situation. And that's what I try to work on, to work towards, that we can have our life with the family be the center part, and the work we do as a part to it that adds to the family but doesn't need to be separate. I need to do mention here a quick disclaimer. I think that could be the case and the idea for some, but it doesn't work in general. And that's an ideal that I would like to work towards personally. But I think if you, or I would say that generally, if you want to be exceptional in the job, if you have a job that demands your full focus, it doesn't work in the combination. And that's, I think, also true if you want to be the best surgeon. You can't be like operating at home, or also if you have certain jobs, it's just not working today in the case of doing it with your family, because it's just not the way it can be done. And I think that's also good and fine. And like, I think everybody can make their own decisions on that. I just have a bit of an issue with the work-life balance, because to me, the family is the big idea, and the work and the office is should be, for me at least, part of the family structure, and not a separate thing that is separate in the sense of fighting with the time that I have for the family. And so I think I want to create and design a life balance where work is a part of life, but not a separate part in the sense of where I'll be and what I'll do. It can be better work together as one thing, where I can say, okay, so I need to do this now, and everybody needs to, like, in the family also fulfill their own schedule, because everybody has tasks within the family, and my task is also to work and provide, but it's not go somewhere and do that idea, but more an idea where I can be like, okay, so I need to do that, but I can also say that, well, today there is this school event, or there is a good nice weekend, or we're having fun camping, and we just decide to stay a day longer, and I can like have also inspiration at those times. And I think that's another big part for me why I think the work-life balance doesn't work in practice so well, because if I get up at night because of a trouble at work, it's technically work that I'm doing. I'm just not in the office and in office hours to do it. And so even if I do get up at night, or when I'm on the walk with the family, I can have an idea that's connected to work. Or when I'm at work, I can think about like the issues that arose in the family side, or topics that I want to do, or plans for the weekend, or like it is not a clear structured category where we can say like, oh yeah, now I'm at work, now I'll like have a switch here, now only work thoughts. When I'm at home, I'll switch here and be like, okay, only home thoughts. That's not how we're working, and that's not how our brain is wired to function. We're wired to think when we have time to think, and we come up with ideas sometimes in the places where we're not even expecting to work. I mean, sometimes if we're in the shower in the morning, we'll come up with like 10 more ideas of things we forgot and that we need to do. And some will be family related, some will be home related, some will be work related. And so it's not a clear cut structure of saying, oh yeah, now it's just work and now it's just life. It's always interlinking. It depends also on how big of a project is going on and all that stuff. So I think the work-life balance as a term doesn't exist, and it's the problem of today's world where we're like 9-to-5 jobs is the standard for most people, but yet you're more often working a lot more at home in the brain afterwards, also at night, to like work through what you worked on. And on the other contrary, also if you're in the office doing your normal job, you need to also be there but also think about family stuff or home stuff. And so I think it's more needed that we can come in, like slide in and out of topics easier. And that's why I think it's another benefit of starting my own business, because then I can decide, well, now there is nothing happening with the family, or everybody's having their own time. That I can also put in that time for office and like switch back and forth a bit, because the brain does that anyways. And so I think it's more natural to like not split it up, because we need to split it up, but more to work in a flow where it's easy for us to work in. I hope this was of value today for you. If you have any questions or thoughts on the home office or work-life balance, please write in the comments. It's so much more helpful to have a communication with you guys out there directly in the comments. I'm speaking to the camera now, but I want to talk to you personally, and so my wish is to hear your comments, read them, and also reply to them. If you want more content from me, then please watch this video next. It will be as helpful as this one is. So see you then, and goodbye.